so we should be live now.
Okay.
Um, this is Dan Gilman.
And Zach Gazarowski from Mygamer.com. You can check me out at ZachGaz, ZACKGAZ.
Um, and this week we are playing Abyss Odyssey for the PC. Just came out from our friends at Atlas.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're playing this, but you may hear me complain an awful lot about the Xbox One. Through circumstances, I ended up getting that and a PS4. And the one thing I have to say about the difference between the two of them is, so you open up your Xbox One and it basically says, hey, remember to get Xbox Live and to visit the Xbox store
Mm-hmm.
and, to purchase stuff there. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure to do that, Microsoft. It'll be the first fucking thing I do. And then you open up the PS4 and it says, hey, thanks for buying the PS4. Here's a free month of PS Plus
Oh, nice.
and $10 PSN credit.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it's like, wow, that's how you get people to fucking use your shit.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know, like, from the get-go, it just kind of feels like the PS4 is designed for gaming, first and foremost, and the Xbox One does not feel.
Is the multimedia set?
Yeah, the Xbox One feels like it is. Yeah, it just like you should be watching TV on it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit of a cold, if you can hear.
I was going to say, why don't you stop dying over there?
Yeah, I'll try that next time.
Have you played around with the Kinect, the new Kinect?
I have, actually.
And anything? So have you played with the old Kinect?
A friend of mine had an old Kinect.
Yeah. So
And
is it like better or worse? I mean, it doesn't really. There's really not like a game that you. I mean, it's just like Xbox on.
Dead Rising, oddly enough, expects you to use it.
For what?
Uh, like certain things, like you'll just be, like you can
Like voice or video or
for
motion?
for voice.
Oh.
It'll expect you to be like Xbox over here, or like not Xbox, but it'll like just expect you to say commands, and like when you're fighting bosses and stuff,
Mm.
like you can be like, you're crazy, and the boss will come and attack you.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like weird. And I wouldn't say that it's, stuff that you would have to have the Connect plugged in for,
Yeah.
but it's stuff that like it would you'd totally notice it missing if the Connect wasn't plugged in.
Oh. Yeah. And so with the Connect Less bundle is $100 less, but the Connect by itself, I think it just came out on PC, or it's like about to come out.
Yeah, but the PC one, it's basically a dev kit.
Oh, so you get because it's $200.
Yeah, but it's not the same exact thing as much as you'd like to compare apples and oranges. It's not necessarily the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
So yeah. Anyway, we're playing Abyss Odyssey this week. As Gilman said, just came out yesterday or today, either way.
yeah,
And
our
it's
friends.
also on Xbox Marketplace as well as the PlayStation Marketplace too, I believe.
Yep.
And it is $15,
Yep.
and it's made by Ace, who also made a bunch of other games for Atlas too. So this isn't their first trip around the block, so to speak.
It kind of reminds me of a two-dimensional. You're watching the chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, it reminds me of a two-dimensional Dark Souls. If that
Yeah. Yeah. It's
like
supposed to
it's
be, heavy fighting mechanics.
really hard.
Yeah.
Like very like, oh, you fucked up and you're gonna pay for that for a while.
The game is built with persistence and replayability. It is not a permadeath game. Each time you die, you'll return as a foot soldier with the opportunity of reviving your original hero. You'll also be able to carry over your heroes through multiple playthroughs. Each state is randomly generated, so the abyss will change with each run.
Um, your hero, like, you return to the top floor
Yeah.
with all of your money and experience.
Hmm.
I don't know if you keep your items. Um, so because like my first run, I didn't really encounter any shopkeeps or anything
Hmm.
like that to like test out the theory if.
So is it kind of like Spelunky where you got to get to the bottom of it, or is it more like Metroid where you just got to kind of navigate through and go up and down and backtrack and?
Um, you're constantly going down at all times. It's Spelunky. It's a little like Spelunky ends up in. The more you play Spelunky, the more complicated it does get. That you're not just kind of going down. Um, I mean, like sometimes you can go down wrong paths, and sometimes you miss
Mhm.
treasure or a shopkeep or something. So it's similar to that, but um, in the it's not at all like right here. I'm viewing a map, um, and like there are other areas that you can start at that will just drop you farther down than than where I've normally started.
Yeah, so it's not quite like Metroid. It's not like
No.
let's gain the ability, let's gain the double jump ability to get over this wall.
Um, it actually you do gain abilities the longer you play.
Yeah.
And I think you do find abilities, but I think they're pretty like rote. Like
Yeah.
you've been playing for this long, you've just gained this ability. Um,
You using
it's
the 360 controller?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I supposedly the drivers for the Xbox One controller just came out. I
Oh.
was thinking about hooking one of those up today, but uh, I'm just not going to toy around with that because actually hooking that up was enough of a pain in the ass. Actually,
Sure.
um, there are two HDMI inputs into that,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not too proud to admit that I plugged it into the TV input, the one that it's like.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have done that.
And I sat there for like a good half an hour, like, why isn't this working? And then like I sat there and it's like all the forums were like, are you sure you didn't do this? And I'm like, I'm not that stupid, guys, God. And then I like after I tried like everything, I just sat there and I'm like,
I
huh?
am that stupid.
Yeah, and like I turned
It's
it
an
around and
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, I'm that stupid.
it happens.
But
I'm sure you're not the only one.
oh, I would be surprised if I'm
Which is
the
why
only
there's a
one.
whole friggin' forum post about it.
Yeah, just sitting there and going, just make sure this didn't happen because it probably did. It's really weird. This run, I'm getting like all kinds of keys, but no locked chests.
Hmm.
Last run, I was getting all locked chests and no keys.
Yeah, so it says it's randomly generated each time.
Yeah. Well, I always wonder when people say randomly generated because it's like, how random is randomly generated for you?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, not completely random. It's still
Because like randomly
it's still supposed to be
generated.
smart enough.
Yeah, because like when you say that, I mean, in my mind, that means that I could get a level that's a giant boob with no exit.
There's also online drop-in, drop-out co-op, but there's no cross play, obviously.
Yeah,
But apparently the PC version has a player versus player mode.
it does. Crossplay is like people ask for it constantly, but that shit's way more complicated than you think.
Oh yeah, sure. So it's kind of oh damn it! What the hell's the game for Xbox? It was a 2D, used the Unreal Engine.
Um,
Shadow Complex.
so you mean Metroid?
Kind of in the vein of Shadow Complex, kind of Metroid-ish, kind of Spelunky-ish. Maybe it's like a hybrid of the three, but at the same time more combat based.
Yeah, it's sort of Symphony of the Nighty.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kind of like a roguelike Symphony of the Night, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like someone sat there and was like, "Hey, you know what would make Symphony of the Night a lot better? Being really fucking hard."
And more random.
Well, no, I mean that's part of the really fucking hard part.
Yeah. So you can wall jump or wall cling, huh? And wall jump.
Yeah.
So do we know what the story is going on here? There's some kind of a warlock or something?
Yeah, so there's a warlock, and he's sound asleep at the bottom level, and everything in here is part of his dream, including you.
And you got to wake him up, or is he the bad guy or something?
I don't know if I'm going to wake him up, kill him, or like what's going on.
Yeah, we're not sure that we just started playing this game as it just came out yesterday. So what kind of attacks you got here? You got like a light attack, a strong attack, a dodge, a roll, a jump,
Like a fireball.
and then a bunch of magic abilities.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is another weird game if you kind of think about it, because Ace also made Xenoclash and Xenoclash 2, which were really just weird, off the wall games. And it's nowhere near as weird as that, but you can kind of get a flavor of it.
Wait, was Xenoclash the one with like Father Mother?
Father Mother, exactly.
Oh my God, Father Mother!
The first person brawler, you know.
Which like it was, for what it was, you had to like really appreciate what they were going for.
Yeah, and it was such a weird. I think we talked about this before in a stream, but it's probably one of the weirdest games I've ever played, if not the weirdest game I've ever played. Just weird characters, and this, like I said, this isn't as off the wall crazy, but it's still definitely different. I mean, just look at the art style that you're playing now. It's you were just playing in a cave. Now you're in like this garden that's black and white. You're the only thing in color.
I'm fighting as a skeleton.
Fighting as a skeleton now, right? Now you're playing as a chick. Weird.
Yeah, it's just it's good. It's just odd. And it's really fluid, which I have to say I was very
impressed. Yeah, I'm
with.
watching this. It seems like it's a pretty... I mean, it kind of has to be, because just as you said, it is kind of Dark Soul-ish in that way.
Yeah, like every frame matters. Oh. I don't think that's the right kind of weapon. I'm finding no pickups, like no weapon pickups for her in here. What the fuck? Come on! Get up there, you fucking worthless fucking piece of shit. There we go.
Yeah, I wonder how the co-op is. I mean, that should make the game a little easier.
Yeah, well,
unless the AI changes depending on how many players are playing.
It probably makes it easier, but the last time I was playing this game, it has a tendency of being like, you're good, you're good, you're good. Oh, well, here's a whole bunch of fucking characters that you're just not able to fucking cope with.
So just out of nowhere difficulty spikes.
Kind of, yeah. Which I'm wondering if that's gonna be fucking annoying later on when, like, uh, I have to, like, traverse later, like,
Yeah,
farther in.
yeah, because this is still early stages.
Yeah. So, like, if. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? It's like a weird pig thing.
Yeah, the stream's got to catch up. See now, yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, now so you were just playing as this chick. Now it's like you're going further into the dream where it just gets even more whacked out, fighting these weird creatures in black and white.
And I mean, I guess that is like the excuse that you are going further into the dream, and like you're all figments of his dream, so it's all possible. But what the fuck?
That might be the reaction they're trying to go for. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. So my it was weird because like I'm going back to the Xbox One PS4 thing. Um, like when I was like thinking about buying them, like leading up because it's I got a big check because of the closet thing.
Hmm.
I'm like sitting there and I'm like kind of like almost going like like first I'm like excited for the PS4 and then I'm like, well, what games are out that I want?
Yeah, that's the problem. There's nothing spectacular. Sure, you got like Dead Rising. Is it really that great? Maybe not. You got Infamous Second Son on PlayStation. You got a couple of console exclusives, but there's
That's
really
the thing
nothing.
is like the only stuff that like I even picked up like Titanfall and Dead Rising for the Xbox One, and I'm like sitting
Yeah,
there and I'm like, that's kind of the only stuff I'm
yeah, but
even.
even Titanfall doesn't count because it's also on 360. I was just playing the hell out of the 360 version, and it's okay, so you get better graphics, but ultimately it's the same game, and you might not even get that better graphics.
It
You know,
supposedly runs a lot better.
it supposedly runs a lot smoother, but at the same time, big deal. Like you can still play it on 360. It's not like a true next gen game. I mean, there's really nothing coming out outside of like Destiny, but Destiny's going to be on current consoles too. You got Destiny in September, and then really the only other thing that kind of excites me is the Master Chief Collection. But in reality, I played the hell out of those games in their original format. Yeah, it's going to be nice to play them all in HD in one package and everything. But outside of that, and I'm sure, of course I'm going to buy it. But outside of that, there's nothing like new until 2015. We got like maybe like the new Batman game.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, the sad thing is, like, I'm a PC gamer, so I'm playing all these games going,
Yeah.
these don't look that great. like, there's supposed to be, like,
Yeah.
all of these visual showcases and stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm, like, all kinds of fucking disappointed, and, like, yeah.
I mean, yeah, everybody's still going on and on about, PS4 versus, Xbox One, but one, it's still early, and two, what is there even to play right now? There's nothing. I mean, honestly, the game that I'm most excited about out of all the new gen consoles, Killer Instinct. Like that's really the only thing that like I would like buy and like legitimately want to play would be Killer Instinct on the Xbox One.
That's a free-to-play game, too.
And it's a
Funny.
free to play game, but you can get all the DLC packs or whatever with
And
all
it's
the
like
characters and
15
stuff.
bucks. It's not that expensive.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of what's that saying? The game that I'm most excited about is a free to play, fighter.
Well,
But
and that's the other. Well, there's like some fighting games actually coming out this Christmas,
yeah,
but they're
but
on.
outside of like Destiny and the Master Chief Collection, really, what is there to get excited about right now? Or soon? I'm probably more excited about the new Smash Brothers than anything next gen.
Um. Oh yeah, most. I 1000% agree with you.
Right, right. I mean, you got to still give these new consoles another year to start seeing some truly exclusive, unique games that are built for solely for these new gen
Yeah, and
consoles.
that's like if
And
you have to pick sides, which let's be
yeah,
honest,
you're right.
you're gonna end up buying both of those systems.
Of course, absolutely. But it's like right now, honestly, it's like I'm kind of either waiting for a price drop, B, some kind of crazy bundle where you get a couple of other games. Like you're gonna get I would love to get like a Destiny and Master Chief bundle. Like that'd be fantastic. Or really more specifically, I would actually want to wait for a like 1 terabyte version of these consoles because
Oh,
500 gigs.
don't even fucking get me started.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you know what the best game I played so far was? It's on the Xbox One, and I call it the waiting game. Um, no, it's only because literally you put in a game for any reason, and
You got to install it,
you got to install it, and installing it is like
and it takes gigs upon gigs upon gigs.
well, so literally I put in Dead Rising, and it goes, there's a what did it say? An 18 gig patch for this,
Yeah,
and I'm just
right.
like,
18. That I
and
mean,
I'm
come.
like, no. I'm
Yeah,
sure you meant I have to install this. It's 18 gigs and there's a patch available. Is
right.
probably what they meant to say, but what they said was something entirely fucking different.
And if you're getting patches that are 18 friggin' gigs, plus the game has to install another 20, 30 gigs, a 500 gig hard drive is nothing. I mean, it's basically going to be like the kind of like the equivalent to like the very first 20 gig 360s that came out. It started to fill up pretty damn quick. It's the thing is these consoles, Microsoft specifically, and as well as Sony, they're like, okay, these consoles are going to be around for
10
quite a while.
years. Yeah.
Exactly a 10 year. So you're telling me a 500 gig hard drive is going to last 10, let's just say 5 to 10 years. Yeah, right. You give it, 1 year. I mean, right now, if you got a pretty big library of games, because there's a gaming drought, so you're digging deep to, you want to play almost everything that's available right now. I bet you would run out of space. 500 gigs isn't going to do shit. So I'm hoping for there's going to be like a 1 terabyte, or even better yet, like a 2 terabyte version soon for like the same price. You know. So that's kind of what I'm holding out for: a bundle, a price drop, or just
Oh
like a bigger
yeah.
hard
Well,
drive,
I mean,
or a new slim version or something. As they always do.
there would have been zero fucking chance that I would have picked this up when I did.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like I ended up with mine not because of like any real, you know, one thing that
Yeah.
finally pushed me over the edge. It was like I basically had insurance, like my insurance company was
Yeah.
paying for it.
Just wait, give it, September. So wait 2 more months and get yourself some Destiny. That'll be the first game to, you know, kind of get excited about and hopefully enjoy, on a new gen console.
Yep.
So going back to Abyss Odyssey here, obviously you just died, but I liked how when you get a key, the key actually like jingles off your pants,
Yeah.
off your belt. Like that, I think that's just a really cool touch. Normally, you just get a key in any game and it just magically goes into your, endless, sack of goods. But here, you actually like see it and it actually like dances around as you're jumping around. I think that's just a cool detail that you don't see really anywhere else. So, can you pick a character, or are you always this girl?
I was just I could have picked the Ghost Monk
Hmm.
because I had just unlocked him, but
Because you were just playing as another guy with like a epee saber fencing sword.
yeah,
So that just kind of goes deeper into the dream and just makes things more weird.
yeah, and I probably should have played as the Ghost Monk just to see what was going on with that,
Yeah.
but she's like level 7, so she's kind of like tearing through shit right now.
Yeah. Fighting centaurs now.
Um, they've always kind of been around. They just the game's weird, just like because of how random it is that you don't always control
Yeah.
like what you're fighting or how often shit shows up.
Mhm. So, since you were talking about the PS4 slash Xbox One debate, I would like to bring up as a side note. Did you see they just announced today the new Club Nintendo Platinum and Gold
I
rewards?
didn't see what they were.
Yeah, I posted a news story about it because they just, like I said, announced it today. So every year, for those of you who don't know, every year you can either get gold or platinum status if you register enough games and you take all the surveys and stuff on clubnintendo.com. So every Nintendo game that you buy or download, you can basically take this quick little survey, you register the game, and then you get virtual coins, like the coins that you get from Mario. And anyway, you can spend these coins to get free stuff from Club Nintendo. But if you earn enough of them within a year, 300 or 600, you can get free stuff. And in years past, there's been some pretty cool
Like really
prizes.
nice posters.
Yeah. There was posters last year. The year before, you actually got like a Mario hat, like a legitimate hat that you wear on your head that looks just like Mario's hat. Pretty cool. There was like these like really high end like playing cards one year. There was this really cool Mario figure of like Mario coming out of a pipe with like Bowser and stuff. Really collectible, cool physical items that you can only get by being a platinum or gold Club Nintendo member. And so this year, they completely got rid of the physical gift aspect of it, and instead are only giving you virtual console or eShop downloads. So basically, gold members can just pick between virtual console games, whereas platinum members can download all the games that the gold members can, plus some unique Wii U eShop games. But you can only download one game, and that's kind of it, which is a bit of a letdown. Like they didn't even let like platinum members get like two games or like one eShop game and one virtual console game, or even the new GBA virtual console games aren't a part of the program. I'm a little disappointed, to be honest with you. Like you kind of look forward to it every year, like, oh, what are they going to do? What's this exclusive gift that you can't get anywhere else? And making matters even worse, a lot of these games that are available to download, specifically on the gold level, have been a part of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are
They,
they like monthly?
they've been a part. Yeah, exactly. They've been a part of the Club Nintendo program. Monthly batch of games, the 4 games that they rotate every month. So you're not really getting anything. If you're a platinum member, I must say the pickings are better to choose from. Like you can choose between Game and Wario, NES Remix. You can actually get Earthbound, Dr. Luigi. You can actually get the full game Donkey Kong Country Returns on the 3DS. Fluidity Spin Cycle, Dylan's Rolling Western was already a part of the program, and Mario and Donkey Kong Minis on the Move was also a part of the program before. So it's like I said, it's a little disappointing. I'm probably gonna get NES Remix on Wii U, but even like you can't even get like NES Remix 2, which is the new version that came out a few months ago or whatever. So yeah, I don't know if you checked it out, but it's not. It's like I said, it's just disappointing. It's a letdown. But I guess at the same time, it's free. So
It's
it's like
Nintendo.
it's Nintendo. So I mean, it's nowhere near. I mean, they're kind of taking an entirely different approach than like the free games for gold on Xbox or uh, the PlayStation.
But they've done that for like
They have had, well, you know what, they've had it forever in Japan, and then I'll still use the word recently in comparison to Japan's Club Nintendo program. It's only 5 years old or something like that, maybe 6 years old, where you started getting all these coins and taking surveys and stuff. But it's still, I think I mean, outside of like Xbox Live, you get all the cool social features and things like that. But I think you get the most bang for your buck on PSN.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
Plus member.
Yeah,
Especially if you have all the consoles.
yeah.
Muramasa's Revenge. This
Oh, the Rebirth on Vita.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
So
that it's
you get like new games, like your just recently released games, whereas like Xbox, you often get games that are pretty old. Um, you get Vita games, you get PlayStation 3 games. I'm sure you get PS1.
Oh, dude.
games.
One of the Xbox One games this month, I didn't even bother downloading.
Yeah, Xbox. So they just started including Xbox One as part of the Games for Gold program. Probably the coolest game that you can get was the Xbox Spartan Assault, and then they had Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood.
Yeah, that was
And
Guacamelee, which is a great game.
oh,
But that
Guacamelee this month. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Guacamelee is a great game, but it's been out for fucking ever.
It's been out forever on Steam.
And it's been out
It
forever on Steam and PlayStation
Yes, yes, but
and the original Xbox
no,
and
it just came out on Xbox. The Guacamelee Super Edition version, Championship version, whatever the hell they call it. It just came out on Xbox One and on 360. Basically, so I guess if you really want to take a look at it, so it basically day one or that week or whatever was free for the Guacamelee on Xbox One. So in theory you're getting a new game, but you're right, that game has been out for
ever.
a year, a couple of years or something like
I
that
think
on Steam.
it's almost been 2 years.
Yeah, probably coming up on 2 years.
It
You're just
launched
kinda
first
getting
on
it.
the PSN.
Yes, yeah, and it was on PSN. So it's a new game to the Xbox platforms, and you did get it free. But even still, like that doesn't really count. But I guess if you really want to look at it, there's not a lot of content to actually offer even for free on Xbox One because there's just not a lot of games for the service yet.
Well, I mean, even like every month they do something on PS4. Like this month was Strider.
Oh, you got Strider this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, Strider came out not I think over the holidays or something. So maybe it's 6 months old or something now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would have played Strider at least for a little bit to check it out if it was free. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually the only game I've played on my PS4.
You didn't play Infamous yet?
No. No, it's still in the
Did you ever
wrapping.
play Infamous 2 on PlayStation 3?
I have not.
I played Infamous 1 and I really liked it. And I bought Infamous 2 for $10, brand new, and it's still wrapped up in the packaging and never got around to it. So Infamous would probably be the game that I would buy if I had a PlayStation 4.
Oh, that's what that shit is. Okay. I don't know what those tokens. Where am I supposed to get those fucking tokens? Keeps talking to me like I should know where I get these camp tokens.
Hmm. Maybe you just gotta get further.
Maybe. Although I really did like the press release for this game.
I like Atlas because they do. They
Well,
just talk to you
like
they
they
know their audience.
well, in that they're when they send it to us, it's always like, "Hey, can I stream this before the embargo date? And they're always like, fuck yeah, you can. And it's
Yeah,
like, that's their literal reply to this stuff. And it's like,
yeah.
okay.
They know these are gamers and we're just human beings like they are, and they're probably just excited about these games, like us. So I like it. They actually have personality. They're not just like a robot drone.
Yeah.
Like very formal. This is very informal and easygoing.
Yeah, they're pretty cool guys over there. Seems like
Yeah.
I've only met them in like super passing at like an E3. So
Yeah. Well, they got like a newer guy doing their PR and stuff. But yeah, either way, I mean, Atlas has always been one of my favorite game companies, just from the games that they release. I'm sure you're the same way.
um, they fuck up every now and then.
Sure. I mean, everybody does, but I mean, they only Atlas is going to make like these weird, crazy games. Different types of games. So I give them a lot of credit for that. Yeah. So now that you got the new systems, we can try out the streaming straight from the system.
Yeah, PlayStation gave me no fucking issue at all. Xbox gave me an error code the moment I tried to start it.
That's not good.
At PlayStation, it was like, yeah, just log into your Twitch account. Okay, you're all set to go.
And then, so how does that work? You just hit the share button on your controller, and basically that's it, or what?
Yeah, yeah. And it's
And
and you can go over to the site at any moment and be like, all right, I want to configure how this is done.
and you can talk in your headset and just narrate too,
I,
or
I bought
just
the
only gameplay?
I bought the camera.
Oh wow! Oh, so you can do that. You can do that whole deal too.
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
so I can do that. Yeah.
Would there be a way for me to join in via my PC?
I don't know on that one.
Yeah.
I would have to. I'll look it up.
We got to. Yeah, we gotta, yeah.
I know that on the Xbox, I can just start the Skype app.
Oh, yeah. But will it record that too? Do you know? Yeah. Oh, we would have to test it out, and plus,
Yeah.
you gotta play around with it. But that might be pretty cool. A different way to do it.
Yeah. Get like Titanfall or something, and at least we can get games in for review for the other
Yeah.
systems.
Yeah. Shame the Vita doesn't have any kind of a TV.
It does. Vita TV. It's coming out soon.
Well, yeah, the Vita. I mean, the Vita. Hardware itself.
You can. It's just like $250 to have it done to your system.
Right. Same thing with like the first gen PSP.
And the DS, you can have it done to your system.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, but considering that I'm probably the one that has to do it.
I'm not. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, like
It costs more. You can buy like a whole new system for the cost of modding.
Oh no, and it's literally like $250 to have it done to your system. That's not the cost if you want to buy. It's like that's if you send them your system.
Yeah.
They recommend that you like buy a pre-done system.
Yeah.
So like the turn time's not that bad.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh no, we have systems done here at the store.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh god. So it's just like, yeah, I'd probably do it that way, but then that ends up being $400.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and like already the streaming thing, like my wife loves me, but I can kind of tell the streaming thing is like her being like, that's good. People, I think that she she's like, yeah, I'm sure that people like tune in to listen to you talk about video games. I'm sure that's a thing, Daniel.
Yeah, right.
Well, like my website, one of the fans of the podcast I do for it, actually, like he was visiting friends on the East Coast, and like we talked over Skype a couple of times, and he's like, yeah, so I'm gonna be like 2.5 hours away with a rented car. Can I drive down and meet you? And it's like,
Really?
I mean, yeah, I guess if you wanted to. And he's like, oh, okay. And he like drove down and like, I'm just like, okay, you actually did it, so let's get really drunk.
So you hung out with this dude, huh?
Oh yeah, and I got him really, 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 really drunk. And I'm like, now you're
Because
sleeping.
that's what we do with our fans.
Yeah, and I'm like, now you're sleeping on my couch.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. That's how we treat our fans. If you ever meet us in
Yeah.
in person, we give
Yeah.
you a place to sleep, we feed you, and we get you
We'll give you some
really.
drinks.
Yeah. My wife probably makes fun of you a little bit.
Fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of to be expected.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think she's made fun of you a bunch.
Oh, sure.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
we are nerds anyway, so
Yeah,
it's justified.
yeah, quite a bit actually. Wow, level 11.
So, would you say you like Abyss from what you played? I know it's still early, but would you say that you like Abyss Odyssey more or less than Dragon's Crown?
I really, really, really liked Dragon's Crown. I like, who the fuck did Dragon's Crown?
That was Vanillaware.
Yeah, I love Vanillaware, so in my eyes they can do no wrong. So
Yeah,
that's not really.
Massa. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Muramasa and
Odin Sphere.
Odin Sphere. Yeah, I love those games, so that's not really a fair question for me. Um, but I think that it's a fair loose comparison between the two.
Yeah.
It's a different type of game though.
Yeah.
I mean that was
That was a
like,
Final Fight brawler.
that was like that was someone sitting there and going, "Hey, you know what would be really fun if we made D&D awesome." It was like the old school D&D games, like when they used to be brawlers and you could level up and everything. It's
Yeah.
like someone did that and was like, let's put a plot in it and just have fun. Like, let's just have fucking fun doing this.
And you
And
can play
that's-
that now on your Vita too.
Yeah, I have actually. And I'm just like, a huge fan of those games. So, I'm a big fan of those guys. But I mean, yeah, I like this game, and I'm going to play more of it. For enjoyment, not just for
Yeah.
review purposes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I want to check out, at least the demo or something on 360, which just came out today, I believe,
yeah,
just to
it's.
see how it kind of plays. And it's
I,
kind of,
I think it's gonna demo really fucking poorly.
oh, yeah.
Um,
I want to just see how the combat feels. I mean, it seems like it's really smooth and stuff. I just kind of want to watching the stream, and I think is going to be different than actually playing it.
well, my only theory on that is that it's. Where the fuck am I? Oh, it it's probably gonna demo really poorly just because it's really hard, and I don't know where they'd like cut you off,
hmm
and like how many levels they'd let you get, and
Yeah, yeah, you got to put some time into it to appreciate it.
also like when you first get the soldier guy, he's way more powerful than your selectable character is.
Oh wow,
Just because he has a gun and they don't dodge very well. But like it seems like the more that I've been customizing her, the more outpaced he's been getting.
hmm
But it seems like that he is calling in other guys for backup, and they're leveling up. Like they're getting stronger as well as he is.
hmm
So like it's really like interesting little nuances as you keep playing
yeah,
that I'm just like that they're not telling me it's happening. I'm just sort of like noticing on my own. So that's that. I think that's pretty cool. That's not something you know. it's rare for a game to fucking do that.
Hmm.
All right. Well, you sound really enthralled. So are you
Well,
ready?
yeah, I mean, it's that's why I was asking, the difference between, like this versus like Dragon's Crown, another Atlas published game. I know
Yeah.
obviously they didn't develop it, but two very different types of games. But
I would say that Dragon's Crown, it, like, definitely did feel like that is a full retail product, whereas this,
oh yeah, that's another good point. Yeah, this is only a $15 game. That was a full. Yeah, you're right. That was a full retail game.
and like
Yeah.
that came out across multiple systems,
Hmm.
and this came
Well,
out.
this is on PC and then PSN and
Yeah, and like I would
Xbox
love to
Live.
see Dragon's Crown on the PC, which
Hmm.
it's the Japanese companies are actually, oddly enough, making more and more strides to release stuff on PC because like it's a growing market in America. It's the fastest growing market in
Yeah,
America.
yeah, it's huge.
Well, especially because like you can get you know a mid tier like laptop or just standard PC, desktop PC, spend like five to like $700 and basically be gaming, like
Yeah.
do a respectable job gaming.
Oh yeah, and the games are themselves are often more times than not cheaper than console games.
Yep. All right. So,
Yeah, so I think that kind of about wraps it up for Abyss Odyssey. Not bad. $15 game, developed by Ace, published by Atlas. Like I said, it's on PC, PSN, Xbox Live. Check it out. I am Zach Gazarowski. You can follow me at ZachGaz, ZACKGAZ. Of course, go to mygamer.com. You can check out my personal blog at squallsnake.com.
all right. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Gilman. I write for Mygamer as well. We post this up there. I'm normally the host of the stream stuff. I do it a couple times a week. You can always follow me here. Twitch.tv/farms. You can also follow me on my personal website. It's varms.net. And for this week, that's been us.
And we will see you next week with something new.